this video, we will present the top 10 best VR games of 2023. We believe these games are the best there is, but be aware that others may have different preferences than us. Therefore, we encourage you to share your own favorite VR games in the comment section below. Before we jump into the top 10 list, there are a few VR games that didn't quite make it, but are still worth mentioning. Here are 3 that narrowly did not make the cut. I Expect You to Die 2. This VR puzzle game is the sequel to the popular I Expect You to Die game, and it has received positive reviews for its challenging and engaging gameplay. The game's puzzles are well designed and require players to use their problem-solving skills to progress through the game's levels. The game also offers an immersive experience that makes players feel like they are a part of the game's world. However, some players have noted that the game can feel a bit short, and the lack of replayability may make it difficult to justify the game's price tag. InDepth Unchained. This VR archery game is one of the most visually impressive VR games available, and it has been praised for its stunning visuals and intense gameplay. The game's mechanics are well designed, and the bow and arrow controls feel realistic and satisfying. However, some players have criticized the game's difficulty level, which may be too high for some players. The game's steep learning curve is frustrating, and it discourages people from continuing to play the game. Synth Riders. This VR rhythm game is a unique take on the rhythm game genre, and it has been lauded for its innovative gameplay mechanics and catchy music. The game requires players to use their body movements to hit notes, which makes for an engaging experience. The game also has a great soundtrack, which features a mix of well-known songs and original tracks. However, some players have noted that the game lacks variety in its song selection, which limits the game's replayability for some players. So, let's get started on the top 10 list. Virtual reality has given some developers the opportunity to create immersive experiences that were previously unimaginable. Lone Echo 2 is one such game that has taken full advantage of the medium. In this game, the player takes on the role of an android named Jack, who is stationed on a space station orbiting Saturn's moon Enceladus. What makes Lone Echo 2 stand out from other VR games is its attention to detail. The game's graphics are breathtaking, and the sound effects add to the feeling of being in space. The gameplay mechanics are also impressive, with the player using their hands to interact with the environment and solve puzzles. Despite its many strengths, Lone Echo 2 is not without its flaws. Some players have criticized the game for being too slow-paced, but we believe that this actually adds to the immersion and tension of the game. Now let's talk about the 9th game on our list, The Climb 2. This game is all about scaling mountains using hand gestures and climbing equipment. One of the standout features of The Climb 2 is its stunning graphics, which transport players to a breathtaking world of cliffs, rocks, and waterfalls. The sound effects are also top-notch, adding to the game's overall experience. When it comes to the gameplay mechanics, The Climb 2 does not disappoint. It requires players to use both their physical movements and strategic planning to navigate through each level. Overall, The Climb 2 earns its spot as the 9th best VR game of 2023 due to its unique gameplay mechanics and great graphics and sound effects. Are you a Star Wars fan? If yes, then this game is definitely for you. Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge is an action-packed adventure game that transports players to the iconic Star Wars universe. Set between The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker, players take on the role of a droid repair technician stranded on the planet of Batuu. The game features a vast and immersive open-world map where players can engage in exciting battles against stormtroopers and smugglers, as well as meet well-known characters from the Star Wars universe. The game's impressive graphics and sound design create a sense of awe and wonder, making players feel like they're truly in the Star Wars universe. The gameplay mechanics are also top-notch, with smooth controls that make it easy to navigate and engage in battles. Beat Saber is a really popular VR rhythm game that has been around for a few years, but it's still going strong in 2023. The game's objective is to slice through oncoming blocks using a pair of sabers while following the rhythm of the music. Pretty similar to games like Guitar Hero and SingStar. One of the things that sets Beat Saber apart from other rhythm games is its gameplay mechanics. The game is designed to be intuitive and easy to pick up, but it also offers plenty of challenges for players who want to push themselves. As you progress through the levels, the blocks come at you faster and in more complex patterns, requiring quick reflexes and a good sense of rhythm. The game's graphics are also impressive, with vibrant colors and slick animations that make you feel like you're in a futuristic music video. The sound effects are also spot on, with each saber slice and block hit sounding satisfyingly meaty. Overall, Beat Saber is a fun and engaging VR experience that deserves its spot on our list. Its accessibility, gameplay mechanics, and overall polish make it a must-play for anyone looking to have fun in a VR game in 2023. As we move towards the middle of our list, we come across one of the most anticipated VR games of recent times. HalfLife Alyx is a game that truly takes advantage of VR technology. The game's detailed graphics, well-crafted sound effects, and captivating storyline make it a standout title in the VR world. As players take on the role of Alex Vance, they are fully immersed in the game's world, which is set between the events of Half-Life and Half-Life 2. One of the most impressive features of HalfLife Alyx is its innovative gameplay mechanics. The game combines traditional first-person shooter gameplay with puzzle-solving elements, and the use of VR makes it all feel more realistic. The player can physically interact with objects in the game, and the game's physics engine makes it feel like they're actually in the game's world. As we move into number 5 of our list, we come across Phasmaphobia. Phasmaphobia is a virtual reality game that allows players to step into the shoes of paranormal investigators. The game revolves around exploring haunted locations and collecting evidence of supernatural activity. One of the standout features of Phasmaphobia is its ability to create a creepy and eerie atmosphere, which can make players feel like they are truly in a haunted house. The sound effects and environment design are particularly effective in this regard, contributing to the game's immersive experience. The gameplay mechanics in Phasmaphobia are well designed, providing a unique and engaging experience for players. For example, players can use a variety of tools, such as EMF meters and spirit boxes, to detect paranormal activity and gather evidence. They must also use strategy and teamwork to successfully complete their investigations, as the ghosts and other supernatural entities they encounter can be dangerous and unpredictable. In addition, Phasmaphobia offers a variety of different modes and difficulty levels, allowing players to customize their experience and play with friends in co-op mode. The game's replay value is high, as the randomly generated locations and ghost behaviors keep each playthrough fresh and unpredictable. For these reasons, we've placed Phasmaphobia at the number 5 spot on our list. Resident Evil 4 VR is a survival horror game that has been adapted for virtual reality. The game is set 6 years after the events of Resident Evil 2 and follows the story of Leon S. Kennedy as he attempts to rescue the president's daughter. The game's graphics are stunning, with highly detailed environments and character models that create a tense and eerie atmosphere. The sound effects are equally impressive, with realistic ambient sounds and spine-chilling enemy noises that add to the game's horror experience. Players can use their hands to aim weapons and perform melee attacks, which adds a new layer of interactivity and realism to the game. The VR controls feel intuitive and responsive, making the gameplay feel smooth and natural. As players progress through the game, they will encounter a variety of enemies, each with their own unique abilities and weaknesses. The game's combat system is well designed, requiring players to strategize and make quick decisions in order to survive. Resident Evil 4 VR is a terrifying horror game that offers a unique and thrilling experience for both fans of the series and newcomers. Myst VR is a virtual reality version of the classic adventure puzzle game. Myst, the game, was developed by Cyan Worlds and was released in 2021 for various VR platforms. In Myst VR, players take on the role of an unnamed protagonist who is transported to the mysterious Island of Myst. The island is full of puzzles and hidden secrets. Players must explore the island, solve puzzles, and uncover the secrets of the island to progress through the game. The puzzles in Myst VR are challenging and require players to use logic and problem-solving skills to solve them. The graphics and sound effects in Myst VR are stunning, creating a realistic experience. Players can interact with the world in a variety of ways, and the game's VR mechanics allow for a unique level of immersion, such as turning cranks or pulling levers. One of the key features of Myst VR is its ability to immerse players in the game world. The feeling of exploration and discovery is unparalleled, as players are transported to the island and given the freedom to explore and discover its secrets at their own pace. The Walking Dead: Saints and Sinners is a survival horror game that plunges players into a post-apocalyptic world filled with zombies and danger. The game's immersive gameplay mechanics make players feel like they're truly fighting for their survival in this unforgiving environment. The game's open world map is a highlight, as it's filled with dangers, resources, and secrets to discover. Players must navigate through the treacherous environment, scavenge for supplies, and fight off hordes of zombies to stay alive. The game's intuitive VR controls make the combat feel visceral and engaging. The graphics and sound effects in The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners are top-notch, and they do an excellent job of creating an eerie, intense atmosphere. The world feels bleak and dangerous, with every sound and shadow potentially signaling a zombie attack. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners earned the number 2 spot on our list because of its incredible gameplay and high production value. Population 1 is a first-person shooter game that was released in 2020 by Big Box VR. It's a virtual reality battle royale game, which means that players are placed in an ever-shrinking play area and must fight against each other until only one player or team remains. What sets Population 1 apart from other battle royale games is its use of virtual reality. Players are fully immersed in the game world, and they can climb, fly, and build structures using various tools and weapons. The game also has a unique art style that sets it apart from other VR games. In terms of gameplay, Population 1 is similar to other battle royale games in that players must scavenge for weapons and resources while trying to stay alive. However, the game's use of virtual reality and the ability to climb and build structures gives it a unique twist that sets it apart from other games in the genre. The game's graphics are stunning, and the sound effects are great, with spatial audio allowing players to pinpoint the source of sounds. The gameplay mechanics are smooth and intuitive, making it easy for players to pick up and start playing. Population 1 earned the top spot on our list due to its unique combination of gameplay elements, immersive experience, and overall fun factor. It's a game that truly showcases the potential of virtual reality and is a really fun game to play. Did you agree with this list? We encourage you to check out these games and other great VR games out there. Keep in mind that our list is based on our own research and opinions, and others may have different preferences. With the constant growth and innovation in VR technology, we can't wait to see what amazing games will come in the future. If you're a fan of virtual reality or just looking to try something new, we encourage you to check out these top 10 best VR games of 2023. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more virtual reality content. And let us know in the comments which VR game is your favorite. We would also really appreciate it if you could tell us what topics you're interested in inside the VR world. That would help us a lot when creating new videos. Thanks for watching.